Hello, and welcome back for session 4 of Whoa Man Sky. Whoa Man, this is our session 3 painting from last time. We diverted away from acrylic paints and canvas, and we did a little crayon and watercolor. Out super good. I did wind up taking off the pink duct tape that I used to keep it down, and it turned out real great. I love it. You know, you could trim off these little dingleberries and frame it. I definitely think this is worth framing. I love how this turned out. Super simple project that we did last week, hoping that you could accomplish it with anything you had in your home left over from your kids, you know, art supplies from school, those watercolors you've just had lying around for years and years, and crayons. Easy peasy, easy as pie. So that was fun. We're going to go back and use acrylics today. And so let me run you down on what you need. You need something to paint on, your canvas. You need a cup of water for your brushes. You'll want a little paper towel of some kind. Today we are using the precious toilet paper. And you'll want a palette. We have used a couple different palettes. That's what you're going to squirt your paint out onto. Hi, Miamatan. Hi, Dimash Snash. And we've used paper. We've used palette paper. And today I am going to use my plate. I found my trusty palette plate. This is a bunch of different paintings, acrylic dried on there, you guys. So this is just to make sure you know you don't need to make waste in order to paint. You can get something at Goodwill as a palette. You don't have to have some fancy painter's palettes where you have a hole for your thumb, you know. Anything will do. And honestly, you can clean these if you're quick after your painting. You can clean it, make it last longer. I could even probably soak this and then it'll peel right off. If you like ASMR stuff, do that for yourself at home. Hi, Steve Moza. Thanks for jumping on. Hey, hey. So you've got your palette and today's paints. Now, I have said in the past that, you know, if you have red, blue, and yellow, those are the primary colors. You could mix just about any color with those three and having some white and some black to lighten or darken. Almost any colors at your disposal. But today we are going to do some monochromatic painting. So all you'll need is black, white, and some red. So just those three. That's all we're going to be working with today. Super fun. I can't wait. I posted a picture of a screenshot I took from No Man's Sky. I posted it in my Discord. It is our inspiration for today. We're not trying to necessarily replicate that picture, but yeah, we'll use it just to inspire. So I don't know if it'll work for me to show you this. Ooh. That is the photo that's going to inspire our piece. And we'll see how it goes. Now remember, don't even try to compare your painting to mine because yours will probably be way better or way worse. No, everyone has their own aesthetic style and artistic sense inside of them. And so that will come out on your canvas. You can't help it. And so will mine. So all of them are beautiful. No judgment. It's great. You could do this with crayon. If you don't have acrylics, just follow along with whatever you got. And just not blood. I don't recommend that. I'm going to catch up with the chat here. Hi, Mia and Dimash. Steve says, been a while. I know you guys. We just hang out all day these days. Ha ha. Hey, Steve. Joker says hello. Hi, Joker. Great. So many people jumping in the chat. Techno. Yes. Hi. Thanks for jumping on. Cool. You got your acrylics. You're ready to go. Excelente, as Captain Steve would say. So enough chit chat. We're going to get started. We're going to start with our background. So you want a nice medium to large brush. Honestly, I don't have any like big old brushes. Even one of these will do for the backgrounds, but I hate painting with these. I don't know about you guys. So something that's good and big for covering your background. You're going to get whatever you're using for your palette and throw down some black and white. We're going to be using quite a bit of those two colors, so you don't have to be shy necessarily. We'll probably use all of it that you squirt out here. Wow, only 9 away. Oh, 9 away? Sup, fools? Techno says, I'm 9 away from 100? Oh, cool, you guys. Hey, maybe we'll hit 100 during this stream. Who knows? Which picture? Oh, the picture. Yeah, the screenshot. Thank you. Yeah, if Mama, you have a moment to throw. Oh, you already did. She's so on top of it. That's what she's my moderator. She threw the Discord link in there. So if you go to Art Tutorials tab, you'll see that photo and you can check it out. And I'm going to keep it up on the side here to refer to while I paint. So the background, though, is kind of a lighter color. We're using this black, so we're going to contrast and make our background kind of light. And we're going to do some interesting stuff with the background, okay, guys, to begin. So first we want to do a fully white background. Gosh, I hope I have enough white. I might have to scrape all the dregs and go buy more paint. Let's see. I have this one. Do I have more white? Uh-oh. It'll be all right, you guys. Just get all the white we need. Here we go. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Nomad Mia is 9 away. Oh, frick yeah. Great, you guys. Good job. Yay, Mia Meow. Hit that 100. So excited. Seema was, I thought you were about the blank canvas, Mia. Hey, congrats. Hang head in shame. Techno, that painting reminds me of that time I got knocked out by a security guard in Ibiza. Oh my goodness. I'm going to promote the heck out of Mad. Watch this space. Nice. Oh, thanks, Meow Meow. Haha, whiteout. Why, Steve? No shame. Here, bud. You guys. All right. So, you guys, I'm really low on white paint. So what we're going to do, this is kind of one of those no-nos. We talked about it before. I'm going to wet my canvas before I begin with water. A lot of people would recommend, most artists would say, no, you need to use gesso. And yes, you do. You need to use gesso to activate your canvas. But I'm going to activate mine with water because I am a dirty girl like that. You know, sometimes you got to know the rules and then know why you're breaking them. And honestly, it's like, it's a jungle out there, and I didn't think about getting gesso. I was just thinking about spending as little time in Wally World as possible. But I got new canvas. This is a big old canvas today, you guys. I'm so excited. You can use any size canvas, you know, just ratio-wise, you can dial in what you're doing compared to what I'm doing with whatever ratio of canvas you have. I even saw some pads of paper there, you guys, that multi-purpose, multimedia pads that, you know, just kind of your basic, a little bigger than 8.5 by 11. But it's $4 for a whole pad of like 30 sheets, or, you know, if you can find a good deal, you can find one of these bigger pads with 100 sheets. Oh, I'm getting water everywhere. The kitty cat's going to love that. We have a kitty cat who likes to play with water. Whenever we go into the loo, he hears the fan come on and he runs in. He says, turn on the sink for me, please. It's so cute. So I moistened my canvas to activate it and make my very little white paint spread farther, because I'm going to need some later. And I want to cover the whole canvas with white. Maybe just the top half. That's what we'll do. We'll do the top half only. And oh my gosh, you guys. Why, Steve? No shame. Here, bud. It's Jazz. 0 rules. No rules at all. Hello, Captain Steve. What are you drawing today? Oh, Captain. If you see up in the comments, go to my Discord and check out this photo in #ArtTutorials. I snapped this in one of my games. And this is our inspiration for today's painting. I treated myself to a sitting down wee today. That sounds super relaxing and awesome. Mm. Hey there, Captain. Hello, Steve. Oh gosh, you guys. My curtains are pink so that you can't tell when I'm blushing. So we're gonna paint this top half with white. Stick with your big brush, you guys. Get some that good amount of white on it. Don't be shy when you're painting backgrounds because I love to do a bunch of blending. So we're gonna do the top half. I like to use big, long strokes all the way across. Honestly, you can go whichever direction you want. Just keep it consistent. So actually, you know what? I always go straight across. Let's change it up. We're gonna go diagonal. And I'm working quickly because I want to, before this white dries, we're gonna go in and add some cool planets and clouds and interest. Nice long strokes. And so that's the main thing is you stay in one direction. Whichever direction you choose, be consistent with your application of the paint. You know, if you're going like this, that's cool. That's a cool effect if that's what you're going for. But in this beginning stage where there's no paint on here yet, you want to just get a good coat down there. You can paint like a 4-year-old to get some on there, blah, 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 but then smooth it out. Get it all in cohesive direction. Beautiful. Nice. And I'm actually going to, I'm going to bring that a little farther down. So maybe like almost a little more than half. A little more than half. Just get down there a little bit for this next step while it's still wet. We're working quickly, so I'll catch up with comments in a minute. This is still very, very wet. If we need to grab more water in a minute, we will. But while that's wet, we're going to take our paper towel. And first, right around just right of the middle of your canvas where you've put the white down, we're going to take your paper towel, maybe not the whole of it. Just going to take a little bit of the precious teepee. And you're going to just dab into your red paint. Get a little red paint on there. And then dab, not like this. I got paint in my hair. It's immediate karma for my bad joke, right, Dimash? Oh my God, are you watching? Yes, I am. It's better than a stand-up. Shit. Oh, thanks, Techno. Every once in a while, yes, she is Mia. Do the joke. I did it. And then I don't even know where it is anymore, but it's definitely in there. That's okay. Oh, here, I found it. That's all right. This is the life of an artist. So with your TP, and while this is still kind of wet, a little bit right of half, we're going to just kind of take that red and dab. You can get a little more. Dab kind of a sort of an oval. It's more organic, this shape. Oh, TP's bad, you guys. We really need paper towels. It's kind of falling apart on me. But we just want to do kind of organic, not super oval. This is going to be part of the bark of the tree. So we don't want it to be super perfect. It should be amoebus, right? And then if you want to take a little white, don't do it in the middle of your white splooge on your palette. Just the edge of it. Grab a little white because you don't want to make a big pink splotch in the middle of your plain white. You got to keep some of that plain white, especially if you're like me and you don't have no white left. But you can kind of go back in over what you just did and blend some more. And we're almost dabbing. I'm kind of going in a little circle, so this is kind of scumbling. Scumble, 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 scumble. Cool. And then you have different variations and intensities of that red going on there. We're going to leave that be for now and go back to our brush. I still have some white on it, and that's okay. Don't wash it out or put a little white on it at the moment. Oh, man. 11 away from Maddie. Yeah, I'm 11 away from 100, guys. That's cool. My wife hates it when it gets in her hair. Mm-hmm. I don't like it when it gets in my belly button. um, sorry. I'm sorry. This is not for kids. I've indicated that clearly on Facebook or YouTube. I was saying a sit down wee is better than a stand up shit. Sorry, I'm drunk. Hey, Techno, cool. Hey, at least you ain't streaming. I totally freaked out. Ha, stand up shite. Not tried one of those on purpose. Madfish's trees are stunning, guys. We have many hanging in our house. That's true. Scumbles! And she will venture out to the woods and gather manzanita branches and fit them on paintings and affix intricate origami. Yeah, actually, let me know in the comments, guys, if you would like to see maybe some No Man's Sky origami, because I might switch it up one of these times. And because we switched it up, we did watercolor last week. Acrylic's my main medium that I like to work with, but I also do origami. We could figure out what we can make from No Man's Sky. Great. Mia's friends are here to say, hey, hi, Mia's friends, Mr. T-Man535. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming by. And she's the best Star Trek captain. Oh, thanks, Techno. Mr. T. So I have a little white on this brush still, and you're going to just dip the tip into your red. So I've got a white soaked brush with a little bit of red there on the tip. And we're going to use that to make some interesting clouds on this side. You all right, Mr. Kitty? He tried to get in the closet, and it didn't work out very well. So over here on this left side, we're going to do a little bit of cloud action. Oh, first though, make sure you don't have too much. I had quite a big dollop on there. I got rid of that. Just dabbed it off on the palette. We might come back to it, but we're going to make a ringed planet kind of in the distance over here in the background. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the brush here. I've got white and red on the brush. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to do kind of a whoosh. And I'm really trying to not put a lot of pressure on the brush. Over here, it was a little dark, but that's okay. We can kind of pull some of that away. And we don't have to make a full ring. I might kind of bring it all the way down just in case. And I'm going to try to have one continuous. Do you see how I twisted the brush in my hand as I went, you guys? So while I was going, because I wanted to keep all of these bristles in contact with the canvas as I went. So I did kind of as I did my brush stroke, I was turning the brush as well. All right, so that's that from the profile. If you were to be the canvas, if you are the canvas, then I'm turning, spinning my brush as I pull that around. And try to keep consistent pressure, but not too much because we want to have that kind of streaky ring effect. Cool. So you guys are sweet. Definitely better Techno. I do need to crack down on discipline, I think. My captain's a little laissez-faire, and that might change. So this coming Sunday. Plus my mic, my new headset mic, I didn't have it yet this last time we went bridge crewing, and I think it's gonna make a huge difference. So I'm putting a little bit more white back on the brush because I want to that turned out really red. I'm going to try to get some streaky white going back through it. So once again, I'm going to just try to keep a consistent pressure and contact with the canvas as I go. Oh, that did turn out kind of cool and streaky. And that's all going to get covered up. So really you're only worried about this top half of your ringed planet looking really good. And the ringed planet is going to be kind of a mix of red and white. So once you got your rings set in there, we're going to go a little deeper red. Still, I haven't washed that white out on the brush. It's doing beautiful things for me as far as blending. So you can pop in a deeper reddish planet. I'm doing the same thing. I'm twisting my brush as I pull around so that that's, you know, the easiest way to make a circle. Though, if you're scared, you can use the technique we explored in session 2. And oh man, these, your cooking aisle at your local grocery store has these cool biscuit makers. Any size biscuit you want. I don't know who would eat a biscuit this big. But you can paint the edges of these and then go boop, and make a guideline of a circle with no stress at all. So that's an option for you if you want. Techno says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy what you're doing, but in a South Wales version. Oh, cool. Great. Do it, Techno. I'm going to paint. God damn it. You know, it's good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. Honestly, even if you think you're going to be shite at it, in the words of Captain Steve, you won't. That's not the point. Painting is one of the very few activities where you're in the moment. You have to be there in the moment while you're doing this. And we so rarely get those opportunities to tune out what is coming and what happened before. It's just like juggling. Juggling is another one. If you can't paint, then juggle. It gets your mind out of the worry and the regret and just in the now, which is so great. And we all need that. So do it, Techno. And sing. Maybe. She may toss you in the brig. That's right. Great. Posted one of Mad's paintings in her Discord under art tutorial. Thanks, Dimash. I think because I was threatening to become a more disciplinarian captain. Love that pic Dimash posted, Maddie. Thanks. Just don't juggle with paint. You know, don't juggle with paint. We did kind of go over that, one of those methods. If you're saving paint in a jar, like this doesn't have any in there, but don't, like, if it's hard to open, this is like, bad times for all. So you always want to make sure you put the jar on the table and then take the top off. Life hacks from Madfish. Okay, guys. So we started our little planet outline over here. And we're just going to fill it in. I'm going to keep kind of that pretty curved brushstroke happening. I'm going to try anyway. Boop. And then it kind of needs to come out the other side, right? Only that looks terrible. So don't worry about it. Every mistake is an opportunity for redesign. And what I think I'm going to do is put some clouds over in here. So I'm actually going to make a little bit. I'm going to grab a smaller brush, a good scumbling brush. One of my favorite scumbler. I have so many like medium to small brushes, you guys, that you'll do. All right, so a little bit of a pink. Pink! You knew it was going to happen, Meow Meow. I know you did. Mixing a little bit of a pink. We're only using 3 colors, you guys, so mixing is the name of the game. So mix up a little corner of your white. Try to keep some of your white isolated, like it has the coof. And take a little pink, though, on the edge, and we're going to just scumble in some clouds. Scumble, 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 scumble. And scumbling is just like it sounds. It's like brushing your teeth. Little tiny circles. Scumble, 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 scumble. I have to say it while I do it sometimes. And clouds, you just want them to not look super contrived. So, you know, just let your Let your mind flow with the clouds. Do one to cover up this grossness. And if your cloud blends too much with the colors you've already put down, we can darken it up. Make a kind of dark bottomed cloud. Like dark bottom clouds. They are a little ominous, full of storms. We know there's a lot of those in No Man's Sky. Whoa, man, a heat storm's coming. We could paint that right across, right? Warning. Storm warning. And then, so you got that dark bottom cloud, and you can take some white and scumble it into the top of your dark bottom cloud. And hopefully get it to kind of stand out against that planet and ring. If you interrupt the brush strokes that you left before enough, it'll contrast. So that it's really important to have the textures of the scumble versus the long strokes from your rings planet. Again, this is also the background, so nothing is live or die. Death. There's no death up here. You just gotta kind of live with what you got. Try to get it somewhere where you like it. And then, if there's parts of your background you really hate, all you have to do is throw a tree over it. Or some dangerous flora. All right, so we got some cloud actions. It looks like our corner's a little sad over there, so let's give it some tempest. Nice. Grab a little white. Oh, I accidentally grabbed some black. That's okay. This is just be a little darker, kind of grayish tone white that I'm blending in. Pretty. Yeah. It's the background. We're going to paint stuff over it. So this is kind of all we're going to do for now. You know what? Actually, just to be safe, let's do a cloud over here, just in case we need it on that corner. Now, I was gabbing so much, and you guys were making me laugh so much, that my background white, that first layer we put down, it's a little dry. So you can, when it starts, if you're not getting the blending quality that you want, and here, I'll show you close up. This cloud I just put down, you can see the brush strokes, the dry, what do we call that again? Dry brushing. When you don't have a lot of paint on your brush, that's a technique we use, dry brushing. But if you don't want it, then you can just dip your brush in a little bit of water. Make sure not too much because you don't want it to drizzle down. But with just a tiny bit of water, you can smooth out any dry brushing that's occurring. Just a tiny bit of water goes a long way. Whoop, I almost had a drip. We caught it. We caught it just in time. Cool. So that's fun over there. Whoop. Yeah. Too much water will sometimes reveal the canvas texture itself. So that's why you want to be careful. Just grab more paint, let it dry, paint over it later. Acrylic is super forgiving. If some catastrophe happens, I always recommend, if you can, if there's excess paint or whatever, grab a paper towel, dab it up as deftly as you can, and then let it dry, come back and paint something else later. Look, this got a little too wet. It's starting to drip. So I'm gonna grab that little drippy area, and it caused a little smudge, and that's okay. I will just, after all that's dry, go back and kind of touch it up. But let's move on. So this photo I took is really, really cool. I like it a lot. And there's a few levels to it. So the next level is kind of the secondary background, which will overlap a little bit. Most of the bottoms of this area is dry. Some of it's still drying up here. We're not going to try to stay away from where it's still wet. Let me catch up with the chat here while it dries a little bit. The transformation begins. What'd you say? What'd you say, Techno? I won't lie, I love this. You're all great. Oh, thanks. I do too. I love this. Dark bottom cloud made the world go round. That's right. Oh, bye, Meow Meow. I didn't see when she was leaving, but she's got a busy week going on. I know that. Could make some Jackson Pollock kind of stuff. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I have some ideas on that line of thinking. I'll definitely change it up. We can do some cool stuff. It sounds like a good idea, but you just end up cleaning up paint. That's true. Yeah. Love that pic. Okay, cool, you guys. Be back in a little while. Transformation, I won't lie, makes a welcome break watching this to gaming. Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's why I did this too, because it's still kind of centric to what we all love, but a little change of pace. And be sitting down, we easy. I'm so glad. Joker Inc. I can barely draw a stick figure, but I agree, Techno. Heck yes, Captain Steve, I might have a go at doing one of these. Think I have some canvas someplace in my garage. Great, and you're an excellent painter. Your 3D painting and your bio globes are awesome. Steve Moza, I'm always doodling something on paper, so this is right up my alley. Perfect. Yes. Good, good, good. And would you like to try and do a space one with a freighter of some kind? Yeah, I'm totally down to try doing a freighter. Yeah, I'll if you have pictures, screenshots you guys absolutely love and you want to see created in acrylic or whatever medium, please post them in my Discord. I'm always happy to be inspired by you. So please, yeah, send me. I need to create a tab maybe that's inspiration photos, but there is already NMS screenshots tab there. So you can throw them there for now. Why can't I super chat? I think because I can't monetize yet, maybe. I'm almost to 100 subscribers, so we're getting there. I'm actually hoping, I think at 100 subscribers, I can change my URL. To not my real name. That's my goal. I like Chris Foss's channel for art. His stuff is epic. I will have to check that out. I can't even believe you were going to super chat me, Techno. That's the sweetest thing ever. I would love to see a freighter as well with a whole fleet. Would also love to see a traveler or even some NPCs. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm game. Techno, why can super chat once a channel gets monetized? Great, we're working that way. We're working that way, guys. Long way to get yet. Yeah, that's true. You're actually doing pretty well. Think you're getting great subs. People that enjoy what you were doing. Okay, view counts. Yay! 1,000 subs and 4,000 view hours. You two could make a steady living voice acting. Oh wow, thank you. You know, that's actually kind of has been a career goal. I have a demo, but no agent. And I was joking the other day on a Dimash stream that I've always had this dream to be one of the GPS ladies. I want to be able to have my voice tell you where to go. Even just if Hello Games made me an option for the life support lady, that would be cool. You know, pipe dreams. So that's had a little time to dry. We're going to mix up a little bit of a gray with our black and white. And I'm going to move to a medium to large brush, medium to small. It depends on how you're thinking. But, you know, it has something that has a little bit of nice, like if you turn it this way, it's a good line. And it has a good edge and a good corner. We might need those things. And you might want a little tiny detail brush standing by. You know, because we aren't doing finishing touches yet, but in the background, you might have some smaller objects. So we're going to mix a little bit of a gray. I like to actually, when I'm mixing, use the stem end of the brush and just My palette's a mess, you guys, but here's the wet black and white here. So I'm just gonna make little boop, 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 and make a gray. So we'll mix our color and I'll look at chat. You two could make, oh yeah, oh Jesus. Damash Smash, I have a mixtape of me somewhere doing voice auditions for Kingdom Hearts. Aw, so sweet. I've thought about being an audiobook narrator, Techno. Yeah, you guys, wouldn't that be fun? Captain Steve, you have reached your destination. Wow. Do you guys use Waze, the GPS ad for phones? You can record all your own voice commands on it. Your dream could come true. That's incredible. I didn't know that, and I'm so excited. I was sad when C3PO didn't last. Do you remember when on Waze you could have it be C3PO for a little while? That was the best. And I'm gonna try to get some white out of here, you guys. I wanted to keep it forever, but as soon as like they weren't promoting the movies anymore, they took it away. Lame. You can make your own anytime. Captain Steve, BRB going to go make a brew for me and Ivy. We'll check back in 15 minutes. Oh, great. Awesome. Joker Inc. Black screen or just me? All good here, Joker. Oh, Joker. Definitely not black screen. I didn't paint the wrong thing. All right. Hopefully that's enough. The gray I was making was a little dark, so a tiny bit of black paint goes a long, long way. So if you're mixing a gray, start small. If you want a dark gray, then I guess put a little bit of white and some black. But I wanted kind of a lightish gray for, this is one tier of the landscape in the way back. Lightest to darkest is usually how you want to play it with acrylic paints. And there will be times you don't follow that rule, but as long as you know the rule and you understand why you're breaking the rule, then you're fine. But light to dark, we started with white, red, now we're going gray, and then we're going to go to the black. And then we'll break our rule because our finishing touches go on top of the black. We'll just have to let it dry. Or not paint too thick. That's another good way. If you know you want to work quickly and save yourself some time, if you do thinner layers of painting, then that'll dry faster. I want a Jabba the Hutt for Saturday Nav. Sat nav? Oh, satellite navigation. Jabba the Hutt. Oh, capata, solo. You wouldn't even be able to understand what he says. So I can't understand a word he says. Exactly. Cheers, Java. Captain Steve, if my mates leave their phones unlocked, I record stuff on their ways like turn left. No, the other left. Evil, but awesome. I like that a lot. So we've got a nice sort of light gray going on, and we're going to give this tier of background. We're going to bring it in just to the bottom of your ringed planet, because I don't know, this ring right here looks a little not the best. So I'm going to cover it with kind of a peak, a mountain peak, and you can kind of go up and down, give it some ridges. Hashtag variety update, am I right? But just kind of bring that down. You're kind of creating a horizon, a silhouette of the horizon back there where it's not important. So don't worry too much about how this looks. But I am going to create, when you're doing a border, like a horizon, focus on the edge you're making while you have fresh paint on your brush. That way, the edge is really clean and sharp. We call that wet on dry. So your brush is really wet with paint and your background, your canvas is really dry. So that contrasting line of paint is super, I want to say clean. What's another way to describe that? Sharp? So I'll hold that close up. So see that top edge of this mountain peak we're painting is really, really sharp versus the dry brushing kind of look that you see here. Not important. Oh, I put my thumb in it. I put my thumb in it, you guys. Sometimes that happens and you're just gonna, okay, don't move. Just pull away gently. Oh, I didn't smear it. I didn't smear the top line anyway. So I can just gently put more paint back in there. Whoops, whoops. That's all right. These things, they happen. You know, and if I had smudged it, we just make a taller mountain, right? Thumbelina there, yeah. Oh my goodness. Stop car. Get out with your hands up. Do the hokey pokey. Oh my God. Captain Steve, you should not have told Dimash about that. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. So continuing our little mountainous area, it's going to come down into kind of a valley here. Right? And then you can fill it in. Just fill it in indiscriminately. Blah, kind of not caring so much about how the bottom of this looks. And kind of drift, I don't know, this valley a little bit more down. At this point, I'm not really caring what it looks like because I think I'm going to cover up a lot of this area. This is, remember, the bark of our tree. So we're going to be laying in a whole bunch of stuff over here. So I'm really only worried about this little bits of area, the interest we've created. And I want to do a ring. And if you're looking at the picture from the inspiration on Discord, you can see there's kind of, it is a ringed planet, not a ringed planet, like the planet with the ring land formations. And so we'll put one of those off in the distance. Oh, and this is why I said grab that little detail brush. Because when it's in the distance, it's super far away. Things that are far away, because of the rules of perspective, are smaller. So we're going to use a itty bitty brush, teeny tiny, and just do kind of a distant oval. Guys, it's so small, but we're going to give it that kind of little mishmash on top. I'll bring this up close to you in a mo. Maybe do another one that's a little more straight on to the viewer of this beautiful evening on this planet. Beep, beep, beep. And maybe one more sort of oval, but we're this is one that we're just seeing the top half of it because it's a little bit closer than the horizon silhouette. So we're just, you know, the bottom of it we can't really see. So we're just getting the top half of that one. So I'm going to show you a little bit more up close. Try not to stick my thumb in it again. There you know, so you got your little bit of interest there in the back. But been given kitchen tidying up to do after my tea. May have to go into lurk mode soon. Well, that's all right, Captain. I appreciate your lurking about. So we've got our nice gray area. I am going to do a little more filling in just because I don't know quite how the black is going to rise up to meet the foreground of our painting. Is, you know, you can even darken up that gray as you get closer. So you're blending and you have a nice little gradient. That's a fun thing to have happen here. If we have a slightly darker gray that's not all the way to a dark black color, we can even hint at another layer of mountain. Just subtle though. Blend that out. I'm going to show that up close because I bet it's tough to see. Oh, you can kind of see it. But here, good close up on that. I love a little layered mountain effect. So you see just a little bit darker gray and another couple peaks in that far off distant area. Cool. So now, guys, we're going to go with the almost full black. My white sort of splattered all over the place, so there'll be some hints of gray. That's fine. I like it. So we're going to now lay in a lot of black, super silhouetted against all of this background work that we just did. I think my phone went to sleep, so I'm going to bring that picture back up. It's always fun to paint with a reference. You know, that's why all the those thumb palettes, the ones you put your thumb through and you can squirt your paint out here, that's for going out in the world and painting, like Monet and all the Van Gogh. They go to the place they were painting, stick their thumb in it, and paint away, you know? And so their reference was real life. Ours is No Man's Sky. So this is going to be awesome. We've got, basically, we're going to have some rocks, a couple of rocks here. Then we'll have our, the knowledge stone kind of comes up against the tree. And this white spot that we've isolated in the middle of the bark area is from the light projecting out of the knowledge stone. So that is actually going to give us a little bit of a reference for where we want to paint the actual knowledge stone. We're going to start with the knowledge stone because it is going to be the darkest black thing on the painting. Everything else, we're going to do a little bit of blending as we go. And so I think we should paint our knowledge stone first and then layer all the blending and organic stuff around it. And so I'm going to switch to a new brush and freshly squeeze out some black that won't be tainted. None more black. The knowledge stone needs to be none more black. This is 10 billion times better than my drunk stream would have been. Oh, Techno, thank you. And you can drink while it's happening. And we still love you. So this is untainted black. And I'm using kind of a medium small brush because it's the subject of the painting. So I feel like littler brushes have a little more TLC in them. So I want to bring that knowledge stone where basically that circle that lights up on the front of it is sort of going to be even with this white spot. So I think the top of the knowledge stone will probably be right around here. And I'm just going to do a long, like almond shape oval. To the top. That's the top of the stone. And then from there, we can bring our paint down. It's sort of leaned back a little bit in the photo. They're not all like perfectly straight up and down. So we do want to get some parallel lines going. But yeah, they don't need to be super straight up and down. It's the leaning knowledge stone of Pisa. Very cool to have so many of you here. It is so cool. And I'm loving, you know, it's just a, you know, change of scene. Like the video games are definitely getting all of us by in this trying time of isolation. But, you know, we don't always think about what else we can do. And so I was hoping to do this to kind of just give you guys' butts a break from your game chair and maybe just, you know, paint with me. I love it. Thank you for being here. I might ask the government to donate a VR headset to me. Heck yeah. Yes. Though I love hearing about all the wonderful government funded things that people are doing now. All right, and here's that other side. I'm trying to be as parallel with the line I just made as I can. It's okay if you don't quite get it perfect. Again, don't panic, let it dry. We can come back later and clean up the edge with the different, with some of the bark coloring. There's lots of easy ways to kind of fix stuff. Oh, it is a very relaxed looking knowledge stone. Just kick back. We're going to give him a rock to lean on in a second. But go ahead and fill in that deep black. Is it big enough? Did I make it big enough? I think it's big enough. Just wondering if it should be taller. Looking at my reference. Nah, it's all right. I think it's okay. I am just going to kind of willy-nilly bring this a little bit further down. We're going to cover it up with other stuff anyway, but that gives us some wiggle room. Cool. I'm painting from an angle, so yeah, okay, that's all right. Not too shabby. Great. So we got our knowledge stone set in, and it's sort of where that light is going to come right next to the reflection of light from your tree bark. So then we're going to work, let's work from this side over. Do we want to do that? Let's see. No, we're going to do our rocks first from this side. Yeah. This is a really dark picture if you guys have checked it out. Lots of black going in here, but we're going to work quickly in sections so that we can do some fun blending while the black paint has not yet dried. And oh, cool, you guys. So I want my VR yesterday. Yeah, I want it too. I want one. I might have to go. Okay, I'm cut. Where are going to get a VR for Madfish 2? Really? Yay! I hope so. Steve Moza, I was going for the Oculus Rift S, but now I'm liking the Valve Index as a more appealing option. Nice. Techno says, oh my God. The man says, check out VR Locomotion. Looks kind of silly, but could be amazing in years to come. Yeah, we were checking those videos out last night. Mad, you just gave me a great idea. You said, don't panic. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy VR. What? Yeah, tell me more. Oh, hell yes, Techno. Nice knowledge zone there. Thank you. Imagine that. Oh my God. Yes. Like a towel as your weapon of choice. And oh my God, I love it. You can get a babble fish and understand everybody. I love it. That would be super fun. Oh, wow. I like that a lot. All right, so we're going to start with a mineral deposit that is kind of oval shaped with some pock marks in it. But we'll start with just the black. And I'm going to actually switch to a little bit wider, back to my kind of large medium brush. So lay that in right here on the left edge with all black. Okay, but we're working quickly. You want to have it thick enough that you will be able to blend. So you do want a nice helping of paint to go down here. Don't be shy. Really go hog wild. So while it's nice and wet, you're going to grab some white in a moment on your paper towel. All right, so I got a nice big oval mineral deposit, and I will grab my paper towel or precious teepee. Make it happen, Dimash. God damn it. You swine. Hi, Jeepus Lives. Meow Meow sent me. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. I'm almost to 100 subscribers, I think. That's awesome. So grabbing with your paper towel, put some white on there. And while that dark black that you put down, or gray, whatever it is still wet, you can dab the white into it and blend as you kind of go, giving it this cool texture look. And as you blend down closer to the bottom, you want less of the white. It's heading towards nighttime and no man's sky, and whoa, man, it's getting dark on this half of the painting, but over there is the light. So that top part of the rock has more white blending down, less white towards the bottom. And then once you've got some cool texture there, you can go back and do some little dark highlights. It's those pock-shaped, they have little holes in there, almost like coral. So you can darken up amongst that blending you just did. You can make some darker spots to give it that kind of like, it almost looks, they kind of look like dinosaur eggs. I don't know. I think coral is the thing that it reminds me of most. Thinking about, whoa, man. I was just thinking about how, like, there used to be running water on all these planets, and now there's not. Oh. Maybe 16 is like, everything's getting too hot. So a little close-up action on what we just did. See that? So the paper towel gave us some nice texture, and then we made some divots, the little hole marks with darkening up over the blending we did, which is super fun. Oh my gosh, 6 to go. You guys. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm so happy. Let's see. I want my towel. Hey there, Jeeves Lives. Beeblebum says, hi, Maddie. Oh, thanks, Marianne. Hi, Beeblebum. I think Beeblebum is streaming right now. And so, yeah, hi, streaming, hi. This just flew. I almost near disaster, like in the eye. Luckily, didn't happen. So, yeah, Techno says, imagine being that whale falling to the ground. So sad. Oh, man. Hey, I could paint a space whale falling to a planet surface. We could do that on March 25th. I just recently heard that March 25th is the thanks for all the fish holiday. I don't know what day of the week that is, but maybe we'll do a special painting tutorial that day. And that whale is the next NMS update. Yes. Oh my God, if they release it on March 25th, that'd be awesome. 6 to go. He thinks in perfect English. Steve Moza, underneath the chat, I see on up next, Exorcism of Dimash. I really have to quickly watch that. Please do go ahead. It's very quick. It's very funny and weird. It happens when Dimash is off headset and his controllers are, I don't know. It's just, you have to look at it. It's great. I like to post wacky game stuff, glitches and fun, silly things that happen too. So working on the thumbnails. That's my next project, you guys. That's looking amazing. Thank you. BB is live and we have to put you up for 100 today. Oh, you guys. Yay. Thank you so much. Hopefully both Meow Meow 10 and I both get 100 today. That'll be so exciting. Bowl of petunias. Thanks, Jeepus. And a bowl of petunias, Joker says. Thumbs up. Good God, Dimash. I hope no bones were broken, but I suspect every bone in your body took a beating. LMAO. Yes, it kind of looks like Dimash hit the ugly tree and every branch on the way down. In game. So we got our little egg-shaped deposit, and the next rock over, if you're looking at the inspiration in the Discord, is a little more of those mottled, organic-looking rocks. So we'll do kind of what we did with the mountains, where you want to have a good bit of paint and while you're defining the top of the rock. So lots of good paint on your brush, and then it kind of overlaps the egg one. So I'll start within that area. And we do want to cover up the places we haven't painted. So this rock kind of goes like this. Okay, and then you always want the top of the rock, as you're defining it, to have good thick application of paint, so you don't get a dry brushing, fuzzy edge. This is a rock. It is not a fuzzy thing. So, and this it's a huge rock, you guys. It actually kind of comes all the way up in the photo up to this point on the knowledge stone. I'm not going to go maybe up that high, but yeah, let's bring it in here. Make it a little more rocky, craggy. And then it kind of tapers off as it overlaps with the knowledge stone. So I'm gonna try to throw in some good wet paint there, because how do we tell the difference between where the rock ends and the keystone, the knowledge stone begins? I'll show you. But we need a good bit of paint here on this rock so we can do some cool blending again. And we won't worry about the bottom for a moment. It's about that much. That edge here, I really want you to put a lot of paint on that edge. Good and wet. So then when you take your paper towel once again with a little bit of white or gray, you've got kind of a lot going on your palette at this point probably. So you can get a mix of white and gray on your paper towel at one time. They aren't even mixed together. I've got two bits on there. I've got white and gray. It's all a mishmash. So take the mishmash paint and we're going to just line the edge of the rock with some texture and blend. And we're staying towards the top. That's where the light really hits it. The top of my rock got a little bit fuzzy. That's okay. We can go back and sort of fix that with the brush in a minute. And the rock itself is super organic, you guys. So maybe these the light hits it sort of there, but then we get some nice shadow, break it up, and maybe bring back some of the light reflection on a different part of this rock. If your paper towel starts to fall apart, if you're using a paper towel, it shouldn't fall apart. I'm using toilet paper, and it's not the best tool. But you guys, we do with what we can. I'm also so low on white. This is what we were hoping to save some for, but that's cool. I've got some good gray going. Just a little light reflection down here. But it's organic. So try not to make it polka dotted. But give it some life, give it some depth. And then it's so shiny from this angle that it's kind of tough for me to see actually what I'm doing. But then the bottom of the rock can just taper out and be mostly black down here. We might make some fun stuff down at the bottom later. But now we've got this cool big old boulder by our knowledge stone. Just finish it off. I said we'd go in chunks, so that's why I'm chunking it up. So yeah, that's a big old mineral deposit there. This actually, you know, the mineral deposit might stop about here, and maybe this is some grassy area that we can go. I'm kind of texturizing my brush stroke so I can remember that I want to do a little bit of grass down there. Yeah. And that's something you really can't even see. I don't even know if I pull it closer to you if you'll see. Yeah, sort of, I guess, if you look at the shine. If you're following along, you'll probably get it. So cool. The next thing we're gonna bring in the tree. Oh my God, this is gonna be so fun. I can't wait. I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest. But it's kind of the next layer that we need to do. So using just kind of your plain black, we're gonna work quickly, but now, so we did a mineral deposit, now we're gonna do a big tree, and we're gonna work quickly with the black. So again, we can do some more blending because this bark has some cool textures, but really strong black to define the whole shape of the tree. So it's one of those fat bottom trees. It's a fat bottom painting. Layering makes such a difference. That is right, Steve Moza. Just tweeted out your stream. Thank you so much, Captain Steve. Awesome. Hey, Ray at Cobra, jumping in the chat. So many awesome streams today. He's totally right. Oh my gosh, you guys. I gotta catch up. That would be awesome, Maddie. Techno, but he's got the voice of an angel. He does. A couple of broken poets never stop. No one. I want you to narrate my comic. That's so awesome. Yeah. That might be fun, Techno. Wow, so many awesome streams. Yeah. It'll be the best comedy in the universe. Hey, Dimash Madfish in chat. Just tweeted out your stream, Steve Moza. Those rocks look really good. Nice depths of them, Madfish. They are starting to take shape. Thank you, Steve Moza. Joker Inc. Seriously, I can envision a huge complex space to build or something like that, but I can't do this painting, artistic stuff at all. Respect, Maddie. Oh, thank you. In many ways, I'm on just the flip side of the coin. I can do this, but then like coming to base building, I feel like my bases are real like cutesy and organic, like my painting. Yeah, there's some epic bases out there, you guys. I want to come and like see some. I was looking at the T-Rex today that is now an NMSA. I gotta go see that. I think that was from, who did the T-Rex? Scottish Rod, maybe? Oh my gosh. Starting to take shape now, Madfish. Thanks, Captain Steve. Layering makes a difference. Okay, I'm caught up, I think. Ooh. My scrolling down is having a problem. Go down. There it is. Okay. I'll be back. Plans next move. That looks pretty sweet. Thanks, guys. Fat bottom trees make the rocket world go round. Great idea, Captain Steve. T-Rex with Scottish Rod. Yeah, I thought so. Good. My bases are bad, really bad. Scottish Rod did the Rex. Awesome build that is. Really cool. I want to go inside it and check it out. So we're gonna outline our tree, guys. Starting from the top of that knowledge stone. And we're just gonna give it that nice pear-shaped bottom. I don't know, maybe the bottom of it's like here. It goes up. And then we will work on filling this in. A little more black on my palette. You're gonna go through a lot of black in this painting, guys. So yeah, fill that in. Don't be shy. We're gonna be blending in a moment. That's why we're going quickly and thickly. Quickly and thickly. Oh, weird. Uh, so I'm gonna get close to that blending of the white and red that I did before, but not overlap it as best I can. Just kind of right up to it and around it. So surrounding what we started with some nice wet black paint. When you're filling in, if you want to switch to a bigger brush, you can. It's a little more effective. But I'm just going to try to just move fast. And I don't know, this thing probably has those cool roots coming out. They like a little bit pointy. But since this is all black down there, I'm only really going to see it in my brush strokes, not necessarily focused as a focus of the painting. So don't stress about what this looks like at all. We're just putting it down there because I see it in my head. And I know I'm going to paint other stuff over it in a minute, and it'll all be black. But there it is. There's my big fat bottom tree. And you'll want to, that edge, it needs to be nice and wet. I don't see any places that have really got dry, except maybe over here where I started. So that you can quickly grab your paper towel once again and some gray. And you want to sort of keep this blending towards this red and white bark texture that you made earlier. We're kind of going to blend. Oh my goodness, give me more white. Ooh, sorry guys. Dang it. Let's see, this one's been upside down for a while. Let's see how successful that was. Oh, we got some. Pardon me. Oh my God, you guys. Scottish Rod is the Rain Man of switches. Heck yeah. Yeah, I heard he likes switches. Technically, man, you're hilarious. So, are you to match? You crack me up, and mad. We a funny ass community. Love Sean. Why are you shaking that bottle? Oh, Hot Ones. One of our favorite watches, you guys. Good. So we did get some white to finish off. So I'm actually going to use less gray to begin because I really want it to blend well with the pink and red. So I'm just going to go all the way around that wet black stuff that we put around the edge here with white. And just caress it into a nice, happy blending relationship with the white and red that we blended at the beginning. And we'll probably do some things to help that transition look even better, but this is where we're starting. I even went on top of my knowledge stone just a tiny bit, and that's okay. Like I said, you guys, acrylic is so forgiving. I'm just gonna like wipe the excess away, a little bit excess of that paint where I overlapped onto the knowledge stone. Just wipe it away so it dries faster, and then we'll come back with our straight black that we haven't tainted at all and touch it up. Easy as pie. No stress. Cool. So blend, blend, blend. You can kind of see already how cool this is. And we're going to try to keep the edges of the tree, the silhouette, nice and dark. So I'm mostly focusing this blending with the gray and white towards the inner parts of the tree. So I'm getting toilet paper on this painting, and I'm deciding that it's a cool texture. It just falls apart. And it's representative of the time, right? Jackson Pollock, which was brought up earlier in chat, he painted in his barn a lot, and so they've analyzed some of his paintings, and they found like dead fly bodies and hairs from his dog and hay and all kinds of stuff in his paintings. Well, there's toilet paper in this painting to commemorate the time we are in. It's appropriate, I think. um, Techno, I had an IQ of 140 before I watched Scottish Rod. Now it's less than 120. TP on the painting. That is right. Wow, so fun, so cool. I'm gonna give my the knuckles of the roots down here, give them a little bit of reflective quality, texture. That's how we can kind of stand out from the rest of the black background we'll be putting in. And if the gray and white start to take over the pretty pink and red blend you had from earlier, you probably still have white and red on your palette. So you can just grab a clean tip of your paper towel, grab a little white, grab a little red together, kind of unmixed, because they'll mix while you use them. And just you can go back through and be like, oh no, the pink wants to come back. Or the red tones. And then you can get a really cool blend happening with all the different colors we've used today. Oh, thank you. Nice and cold. Karate. Thank you for the bubbles. I got bubbles out of nowhere. 4 more subs to 100, guys. Mad, you're going to get there today. Woo! You guys, this is such an amazing community. I think sometimes I feel like the worst thing about No Man's Sky community people is how much we talk about how cool we are. Yeah, a lot of nice, interesting, kind, supportive, happy, encouraging people. It's just what you find. It's what you find in this big universe. And I love it. And I'm so grateful. So, so grateful to all of you. Wait for the burp. Not going to happen. I'll just save it till the stream is over and it'll be one big one. You can kind of blend all up in here. I'm getting a little bit of gray around there because I don't want it to be like too separate. It still needs to be of all the same plant. If your reflection from the background in the beginning is standing out too much, then just get that texture happening everywhere. And again, I've now hit my knowledge stone a couple of times where I didn't want to. So don't worry about it. Let it dry. We will come back, and that'll be one of our finishing touches is touch-ups. Lurking in the corner. Hi, Galerac. Thanks for jumping on. Hope you and Mamo hit your 100 subs this weekend. Thank you, Captain Steve. Bubbles Out of Nowhere is a great band name. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Diaz. That's the Mesh Mess. Can a whoop ass just got opened. It's a good second album name. Not second album name. Oh. All right. Nice. So I'm actually really liking how the blending of the bark on the tree is looking. I'm super happy. Just a little more interest over here. A little more toilet paper is needed on this side. No. Cool. I'm loving the way that's looking, guys. Super happy. So let's kind of finish off that side. It's way less important than some of the other fun details we're going to do. So near this tree, there's probably other trees. This is going to be the idea here, and maybe a bush too. So Damn, look at that tree. Thank you. And I kind of made a big lumpy lump on this tree that I don't like. So I'm gonna, there's a background tree behind, just behind here coming up. And it's probably another fat bottom tree. So let's just do another fat bottom. Whoop. And this is not the focus of our painting. It's the outer edges. So, you know, it's not so important how perfect everything is. Just gonna move this over a little bit. Come over here. I was teaching one of my students a painting lesson online the other day, and she was younger, so I realized as I was exampling, I was like, "Do you know about the pinky trick?" She's like, "What?" And I was like, "You know, where you like take your pinky. It's kind of like a kickstand, and you can place it where you're not going to mess anything up, and use it to sort of steady your hand as you're going." And I've noticed since I noticed enough to tell her about it, I've now noticed that like sometimes it's here, sometimes it's on the top, sometimes it's on the edge, sometimes it's my pinky knuckle, you know, because I need it just there. Anyway, it's something that I don't know if everybody knows that that's something you can do. Some of you guys who are real life painters and way better than me probably are like, everybody knows about the pinky kickstand. I don't think everybody would call it that. Just there you go. There you have it. There you have it. Happy little tree. It is a happy little tree. He's a fat bottom tree too. You know it's happy because it has a fat bottom. And zero rules. Nice Bob Ross reference, Galerac. Yeah. One of my idols. Looking forward to Star Trek. I haven't practiced at all though. Kind of the Tom Paris of the party. That's all right. I kind of think part of the amusement of the Star Trek Bridge Crew streams, you guys, and the content videos that come out after, is how inadequate we all are. We'll get better. I mean, I know that there's no option really except for us to get better, but you know, it's so funny. So this is kind of strange that the cloud gets cut off and then there's nothing here, but let's see, we'll just make a little branch or something. Boop. Some of those No Man's Sky trees have branches, right? Oh, little drop of paint. Oh. All right, well, that's okay. So see, every mistake is an opportunity for redesign. That's what I was taught from Miss Sandra, who runs an amazing program in California called Kids Artistic Sense. If you're interested, go check it out. For kids. It's for kids, guys. This is not for kids. This is a freaking mistake. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna let that dry and probably put a cloud over it. Just, you know, a happy cloud, a stoked cloud, because he's like, I didn't exist before you made mistakes. Anyway, that's how you gotta look at life, right? I'll be the Harry Kim to your Tom Paris there, Cap. I've been studying. And Techno at Cap Steve, are all four of you live streaming on Sunday? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Tim was Tom's brother. Galerac, I watch it for the hand jiving. That's my favorite part too. Steve Moses says there's never mistakes, only happy accidents. Exactly. Galerac, the VR hands are funny as. Yep, and Mash was captain. Was what the hell happened to poor Tim? Oh gosh. 2 clouds. Yep. More clouds. All the clouds. You could even put like an NPC ship up there. Whatever you want. Okay. That was a little too bright right there. Darken it up. So I'll let that dry, worry about it in a minute. And then we're gonna just finish off this silhouette up here, maybe pretty high. But basically you're filling in the rest of this with black. And even, like I said, around these tree roots, I'm actually going to use the filling in process to kind of define them a little stronger. But filling in the whole rest of, and everything below, it's got to be covered in black. I'm going to have to find my big brushes. A little thicker, wider would make this go a little faster, but that's all right. Caress that root like a lady's thigh. There it is. Beautiful. I kind of figured that, like, given my history of word vomiting, I'm going to have a lot of analogies in these videos that are not, they're weird. They're going to be weird, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just a weirdo. And I hope you understand. I think you will, because, whoa, man, if there aren't a lot of weirdos who play No Man's Sky. Weirdos are my favorite type of people, though, so I mean no offense by that. There, good. So, totally covered, right? I think I'm even going to do, just because like that big white block right there is bothering me, I'm going to do some black with a little bit of white and gray unmixed on my brush. I'm going to put a little bush up here. One of those cute, like, they almost look like weeping willows. They're but mini, little bonsai bushes. I love those little bonsai bushes. Yeah, it's not important, but it just, takes up some of the space over there, breaks up that big chunk of white. Super cool. I heard Dimash laughing in the background. What did you say in chat? Dang, Maddie, that's looking epic. Thanks, Meow Mountain. And woohoo, only 4 away. Yeah, thank you, guys. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Techno. Like a lady's thigh. Laugh out loud. Captain Steve said Tim liked to cross-dress every other weekend on the holodeck while in heels. The red alert sounded. He tripped at the turbo lift doors and got cut in half. Legs and heels, deck 6, head on bridge. Oh, God. Happy little bush. Man, I said, holy crap. No, Tim. Oh, Captain, that was a harrowing story. I bet that that log report was buried by Starfleet for sure. And like nobody dies on the Voyager, Although I don't know if he was on the Voyager. Maybe he was on another ship. Even Harry Kim doesn't die, even when he does. Because is it really Harry Kim? It always bothers me, guys. No, it's a other dimension Kim, and there's a dead Harry Kim floating in space somewhere. Oh, it's so horrible. That's right. I got to fix that cloud. I got to add another cloud in there. What do we want to do, guys? There's a bunch of little touch-ups that I want to do. And we got to touch up the keystone, make it glow. And we're going to put a few more little foliages, some of the smaller flora, like the flowery ones. If you're looking at the inspiration, you'll see that there's a cluster of fun flowers and stuff in this area. And maybe over here too. In the photo, there is a traveler, me. And I didn't think I could, and I won't be able to do that within like a 2-hour time period. I like to keep these 2 hours or less. So a little more detail on that backpack and the traveler himself. herself, they self. Yeah, I'm just keeping it simple and fun and all about the knowledge stone. So I'm gonna just switch brushes so I make sure there's nothing mixed on the one I will use to touch up the knowledge stone. Just all those little spots where I overlapped. If some of your canvas is showing through on other parts of the knowledge stone, hit those. We want none more black than the knowledge stone. I feel like I can't really talk or breathe while I'm making lines sometimes when I'm making a straight line. There. That's looking pretty cool. Beautiful. So that when that dries, we'll come back and put the bright light in it. But we're going to do a few more finishing touches type stuff. I do want to make a closer up. We said this is one of the ring planets. We've got these far off in the distant rings over there. We're going to do one that's kind of half suggested behind this tree that is closer to the foreground. So we'll just do kind of a right in this area from behind the tree. We got one of our rings back there. And you want it to be a little bit thicker, of course, than the ones you did in the way, way back because it's closer. So it's bigger. And it's got that little headgear. Cool. That's awesome. Cool art word for you guys, juxtaposition. It's fun because we've got the juxtaposition of the rings on this planet, and the little rings in the back, and then this, oh, it's hiding, but in our eyes, because we see almost all of this ring, our eyes and our mind's eye, we know that this is a full ring back there behind the tree. Super fun. I love juxtaposition. And so I've got my ring there. God, this planet, the more I'm hating the rings, we definitely need to touch up this kind of, it's pulling focus. It's so ugly. So we're going to see if we can't kind of touch that up and make it look a little nicer with some of our detailed brushes. That's the thing. When you're using medium to large brushes, it's all broad strokes. Most paintings will look kind of unfinished unless you are getting, towards the end. You got to use some of these smaller brushes. And so we'll do that to make that even cooler. Holy crap, no, Tim, poor Tiny Tim. No spoilers, Mad. Oh, Cap is just getting through, Voyager. Probably not the kind of head on the bridge he had in mind. It's true. I'm sorry for the spoiler there. Thanks, Captain CV says. It happens. Dab, lady shoe, pants, lady shoe. Oh, that's Tim. Yeah, Tim. I see what you did there. He can't decide. I'm looking at this from your guys' perspective. It's all right. It's okay. We're getting there. But we're definitely into like finishing touches phase and making sure we didn't forget about all the fun little things we wanted to do. So for the moment, let's switch to small brush like this. I'm going to squeeze out a little more red. And we're going to mix, before we do that, let's scumble in some gray. In between the cracks of the roots of the big bottom tree, we're going to just do a little scumbling to kind of show the foliage growing up between. It kind of, this grayish foliage we're putting in, it's also some of the grassiness catching the light from the knowledge stone below. So we're not really doing any of this action over here because the light of the knowledge stone is not present over here. So we're just lightening up and putting in some gray and white where the grasses nearby, some of those flowers, those little grasses are catching the light of the knowledge stone. I love that grass texture. Oh, well, man, you guys, that in No Man's Sky look like fiddleheads. Do you guys know what fiddleheads are? They're like baby ferns, and they're all the little real curled up, and they're so cute, and I love them IRL. But that grass, that certain grass texture in No Man's Sky that looks like a ton of fiddleheads, oh, it's seriously my favorite. It makes me so happy whenever I see it. And I'm not really trying to do the fiddleheads here, but this sort of what I'm talking about, that thicker foliage that it's like a nice shag carpet. I like the shag carpet planets. Just a little interest. And it's great if you're, really kind of fading out this texture as you go away from the light source. Just vary it up a little bit. If it gets too light, grab a little bit of dark black color and layer it back in. All right, so that's fun for now. And we'll come back in a sec when that's dry and do some little flowers. But let's focus on fixing the planet a little bit up. So I'm gonna make a decent pinkish red, darker pinkish red. And with a detail brush, so it's pretty small. That picture looks great, Madfish. Thank you, Captain Steve. We're just going to clean up the edge of this ringed planet in the sky. And I don't think anything's wet here, so I am going to put my palm on here. Ooh, more paint. Some little brushes are tough to get enough paint on that you don't have the dry brushing effect happen every couple inches that you're pulling the paint. But I am trying to go for that nice clean edge. Oh, this really wants to have a dry brushed edge with this brush. I don't know why. It might be the brush you're using. I don't like, oh, we got to switch. Let's see, what can we do? This one will work. This one's good. It's not as rounded as the other one. It's a nice flat one. It's relatively new, so it's super not frayed at the top. Really clean line with that, I'm hoping for. There we go. Now we're getting a nice sharp looking edge. It's enough paint on the brush, and when you start seeing the dry brushing effect, go back and get more paint. and then focus on that edge while you've got fresh paint on your brush. Then you can kind of fill in the inside. I do like how my weird blended streakiness happened earlier, but then I'm going to sharpen up the edge of the planet that is meeting its rings, because those rings actually are on top of it, right? So I want to have a nice clean line there. So the rings and the planet look super separate. That's way more sharp, super sharp now. And I'll show you up close because that made a big difference. Do you see how cleaning up, all we did was take our brush and clean this line right next to the ring, and it looks way better. And we can also do it on the opposite side here. So we're just gonna do a little bit of maintenance to our ringed planet in the sky. And I'm trying to leave the clouds that we created before, because, you know, we use the blending, the stumbling to make them, and that would be tough to work back in and on top of. But this is awesome because now the planet really pops away from the clouds, even the cloud that's overlapping the ring. I'm glad we went through with a darker tone. Much nicer. It sort of looks, though, to me like the rings are trying to escape the planet. They're like, woo! Maybe should try to put a bigger planet in there. I think that would make the rings less escapey looking, or like it's kind of wearing like a hat of rings. I'm gonna try it. Let me see what happens if we do that. Just make it bigger. Easier to go bigger than smaller, oftentimes with acrylic. You can go smaller, but it's just harder sometimes. All right, let's try to make it bigger. Let's see. I'm actually going to kind of paint out how big I think it might need to be and make adjustments from there. One of these days, guys, I'm going to try to figure out OBS so that I can put my phone camera up here or somewhere so you can see close up what I'm doing with my hands and my brush strokes. But it's in the works. Just gotta take some time to figure that out. It's a little more complex. And then technology always finds special problems just for me. IDDs freaking love how I can tell it's an activated knowledge stone reflecting off the tree. Amazing, honey. Oh, thank you. Good gods, Joker Ink says. And then we ran up against our little mountains. That's okay, though. If I need to, I'll spruce them up. You know, if you overlap on the mountains a little bit, you can always go back with some gray, touch them up. Gosh, I hope I haven't made it too big now. We'll see. Oh no, that's all right. It's okay. Let's see. Just as little boobular. So let's It looks like we're gonna have our planet. Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is exactly what this needed. I think it just needed a bigger profile. Hmm. Let's see. All right, and then we got to make the other side match. Fortunately, there's a big cloud over here, so we can kind of cover up anything we don't like. Oh, this red paint that I own is really kind of old, so it's kind of thick. And there's dingleberries sticking to my brush, messing up my jive. All right. Yeah, I think we'll just stick a cloud over there to fix that area. And then, circle. It would probably come out to about there. And it would have come down there. This is tough. I'm going to go to an even smaller brush because I'm trying to get the paint up in between my tiny little background landscape ring. And all this is way, way off in the background, you guys, so it doesn't have to be totally perfect. That is looking all right. Yeah. That's way better. Cool. We move him too. Off to bed now, Captain, but that looks ace. Thank you, Captain, very much. You'll just miss a couple finishing touches, and that's all right. Nightcap can wait for Wednesday. I mean, Sunday. We don't know what day it is. No more rules. Ah. Seriously, Siri, off. Oh my gosh. Sweet dreams, Captain. Steve, thanks again for the shout out. Mama was only 9 away from 100, you guys. There's a link to her channel. Go, let's get us both to 100 this weekend. That'd be so fun. So where was I? We're so close to done. We are going to do. I'm going to come back and fix some cloud stuff going on up here in a minute. But let's throw down some of our cute little flowers over here. They're kind of the little bulby ones. So I'm just going to do some pretty little. I tend to try. I almost did it. I almost made like polka dots over here, and it's a terrible habit I have. It's hard for me to cluster things. I want to make them all evenly spaced, but organic things do not grow that way, guys. So do your best to cluster. No polka dots. Ah! It's so hard for me not to try. And so then you'll get, you made your little bulby parts of the flower, and we're going to use some white to give little stems and grassy leaves and stuff. So we'll just, each one of these, bring a little bit of white, brush down towards where each cluster is coming from. And you can do just some little sporadic leaves coming out of each cluster. Little bits of grass catching the light, the leaves coming off of these bulby flowers. And maybe each little bulb has a tiny little spiky top. Or, well, let's see, it looks, they're not getting spiky tops, they're getting little double, almost like little hearts or rabbit ears, tiny, tiny little, oops. Maybe there's two clustered together right there. You can just, and these details aren't super important, so don't worry about perfection. You guys, the focus is the knowledge stone. This just adds textural framing. It helps bring some interest to the area that's not the focus. And so mostly you're just looking for like fun texture and interest. And I'm going in with a little bit darker gray and putting more little grassy strokes, but with a darker, not white, like some grayish darker tones. So then we get a gradient on the grass picking up light. Not a gradient, but layers of tonality of gray and black, white and black. Cute. Those are so cute. I love it to death. I love it so much. I actually want to put, I'm going to quickly throw in some of that shiz in the distance over here. Because at the top of that rise, maybe some of the setting sunlight is getting caught. So. And it doesn't have to be as vibrant as the ones in the foreground, just more suggestive. Super cute. It's off in the back there. I'm going to bring that up close so you can see what I did. Just a tiny little cluster up here by that sweet happy bush we did. Oh man, oh, it's so cool, so cool. I'm so happy how this is turning out and that my inspiration did its job. And I want to throw a bit of cloud scumbling over the parts of the planet I wasn't happy about. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of white and pink on my paper towel. And I'm just going to scumble back over some of that planet. Ooh, too much gray in there. Just need more red. Better to need more paint than have too much excess that you're just going to have to let dry and throw away. See you later, Joker. Enjoy. Catch you soon, man. Techno, it's looking amazing. I'm going to stick some pixels on and slide away. Oh, cool. Thanks so much, Techno. Everybody who stuck with it. 2 subs away. Oh, my God, you guys. Awesome. Thank you so much. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So a little red and a little white on your paper towel. Sprucing up these clouds a little bit to cover up what you weren't happy with if that is the case. Needs a little more red. You know what? I think the reason I'm hating it is because we scumbled the clouds. We didn't paper scumble the clouds. We used our brush. And that's why it's not looking the way I want it to. I'm just realizing now. That's cool, though. Here we go. We'll just Get our brush, scumble in over what we just did. Easy as pie. It's cool because those clouds are looking a little stormy. Very nice. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get more white, you guys. I can also, if you're desperate for like the last little bit of white, because we are, you can get it from the cat. All right, just think the red overtook a little bit, so we're gonna scumble in a little more white into this cloud. It got too stormy, too fast. We're gonna fill up our life support. And bring back the happy clouds, not the stormy clouds. Oh, there we go. That's looking nice. Some fun layering there now. Very fun. Very cool. Yeah. Dig that. I like how that turned out. Maybe just, yeah, no, right here. And no one is the wiser. They won't know that our planet wasn't big enough and we had to expand. And most importantly, before I let everyone go, and this is the final thing, you guys, we need to put in that bright spot on the knowledge stone, the thing that is actually emanating light. So let me just make sure I have a good brush to use. Here's a good one. It's sort of got, it's a small brush, but it has a little bit of width and it's not so old that it's super frayed or anything. So we need some plain white. And that's dry now for the most part. So this won't blend into a gray. And it's really just kind of a profile view of that circle on the knowledge stone. Boom. There it is. I also use this brush because it has a little bit of a slight curve to the top of it. So that was helpful when I was trying to get that little curvy edge on the stone. All right, so let me show you up close, guys. There it is. And it's okay because my brush strokes revealed a little bit of the black behind it. And that's cool. It gives it depth. It gives it texture. So you don't need to make sure that that final sliver of white is like opaque. You don't necessarily need to do a second or third layer, which you could do if you want to make it look that way. But I love when some of my brush strokes show and reveal texture and depth. And that's our painting from today. Oh, I forgot about this crazy mistake. Whoops. Easy as pie. Let's just grab some white and pink and scumble. Boom, done. Easy. You know what? I'm just going to kind of go in between so it feels like it connects to this one over here. And I'm going to go back and I'll just clean that up with a little bit of black on a tiny, perfect touch-up brush. So that's super easy. I just smooth out the things I just overlapped. Black covers anything with acrylics. Part of the fun of using it in a bold way like this painting we did today. We used 3 colors, black, red, and white, and that was it. And we made this beautiful painting. And you guys, there it is, all done. One of the things that I keep forgetting to do in the streams is to sign my painting, and you should too. If you did this at home now or later, you are not done until you sign your painting. So, you know, I like to kind of pick one of my favorite colors that I used in the piece and throw my little, my real name is super long, so I've got a Madfish like symbol almost. I think signing your painting is super important and it's not to be forgotten. So do your signature. And then when people come and see, because you're going to hang this on your wall, you love it so much, they'll say, who did that? And it'll be like me. Look, my artist signature right here. So yeah. Don't compare yours to mine at this present time. Wait a day, sleep on it, put it on your wall, wake up, and you're going to be like, wow, I did that. And we had a great time getting here, right? Super good time. Oh my gosh, it was so nice having so many people in chat today. And thank you so much for getting me close to 100. You guys are so great. Let's see. I want to catch up with my comments before I let you go. Later, Joker. Awesome, Manfish. Steve Moses, thank you. Woo, looks so good. Meow 10, so beautiful, man. Can I have it? Laugh out loud. You know, actually, I've been thinking that maybe when I explore using a Patreon or something, that certain people, like certain levels, I don't know, you might be able to like be a Patreon and get a painting. Sure, something like that. Good shout, Jeepus. What did Jeepus say? Jeepus lives. Michael's is doing curbside pickup. We just picked up some new watercolor supplies yesterday. Awesome. Great. You know, I'm thinking about doing a content video showing more of what I did in session 3, but quick and dirty, making bookmarks out of watercolor and crayon. A really fun project. So check out session 3. If you got some watercolors, it's a great project almost anyone could do. And oh, good shout. Yes, yeah. Oh, you guys, the craft stores were like, we're going to find a way to be open. And we actually went, part of why I'm low on white, it wouldn't have done me any good since we went to the store yesterday. All of the acrylic paint was gone. Totally empty. Anywho, burb. What's a burb? Make it a burb. A burb, No Man's Sky. Wait, whoa, is it? Burb confirmed. Can confirm burb. What's a burb, you guys? A bird. We could make it like a flying fauna. Maybe we'll find a cool flying fauna that we just love and we have to paint. I'm not great at creatures, but we'll try it. Amazing, my love. Well done. Thank you. Don't literally sleep on it until it's completely dry. Good on you. Great advice. You rock, Maddie. Thanks, Man 10. Thanks, Madfish. This was a pleasure. Thank you guys for coming. Again, Steve Moses, certain levels for a painting done. Deal. Yes. Cool. Yeah. I'm glad you like that idea. I'll go with it. Burb is the word. Oh, you know how to tickle my funny bone to mash. And T. Moses says, panic buying acrylic paints. What has this world come to? I know, actually, Steve, I keep taking videos of all the shelves that are just decimated in stores these days. We tried to find Dimash a new controller, and all of the big box stores cleaned out of every system. Switch, PS4, Xbox, no systems, no controllers, almost no headsets. We did find a great new controller for Dimash at our local store. Super local, small mom and pop, like Game Swap. Great place. So, oh my God. Thanks for taking the time to paint this awesomeness, Manfish. You're welcome. My pleasure. I hope to see you again next Thursday at 1. You guys will do another acrylic. And please, if you have some photos for inspiration, I do love seeing people's screenshots. So jump on my Discord and post them. There's a tab for it. NMS screenshots, I believe it is. So I can't wait. I'm so happy. This was so much fun. Thank you again. And we'll see you next time. Later, Meow Meow. Oh, yeah. And good shout. Meow Meow 10 is streaming a new game at 6 o'clock. So in about 3 hours from wherever you are in the world, tune into Meow Meow 10's channel. I think we're going to be a little scared. I don't know. I scare easily, and I just have this feeling in my bones. And then 8 p.m., so 2 hours after Meow Meow stream, we are having our permadeath Tuesday through Sunday. I'll be on Commons Translator, and you guys can hopefully not watch Dimash die. All right, bye!